Hello, I'm Jacob and this is the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors, and today I'm very excited to give you my final review on the Hogue F02. Now, I've had this blade for about 6 months and I've used it for all kinds of stuff, batoning, feather sticks, and bushcraft in general, but its primary role is it has been on my war belt, which I'll put a link here so you can see my war belt. But essentially, the sheath comes with MOLLE clips, so it's very convenient to put this blade on any type of MOLLE application. So that's how I've been using it, and for all kinds of adventures. And so what I'll do, I want to show you first off how I put this on the war belt, so we'll overlay that right now. But I want to start off by talking about this blade's intended purpose, in my opinion. If you want to see the original specs and my original thoughts on this knife, you can click here. I'll put a card and you'll be able to see my initial impressions of the blade. But as I mentioned, you know, this is a mid-size stainless steel Bowie knife, and I deem it a multi-purpose utility blade. I don't think that it's a pure bushcraft blade, skinner, fighter. It's not, to me, any one style of blade, but it's specifically tailored, in my opinion, to a military use blade for a few reasons. The 154 cm stainless steel, obviously corrosion resistant. So far, I think that it's quite tough. And you have basically, as a general purpose utility blade, that gives you a lot of functionality as a soldier, not to do one specific thing, but to do a broad range of things. And that is aided by this absolutely phenomenal sheath. I'll talk about the sheath a little bit more later. Now, I have been using this blade primarily as a bushcraft blade. I've really enjoyed using it in this manner, making my notches, feather sticks, all sorts of things. For that, this blade is great. Now, as a multi-purpose, multi-use blade, one thing that I'm not such a fan of is one of this blade's strengths. If you can look closely at this knife, every edge is rounded, chamfered, very comfortable. This is a very comfortable knife to use. But one of the costs of that is you have no square edge specifically for use on a ferro rod. And so for that, for the knife's specific intended purpose, I give the blade 4 out of 5 stars. Come here, Dixie. Come here. Sit. Sit. Oh, she's naughty. Guys, if you haven't met her, this is Dixie. She's my adventure companion for today. This is our livestock guardian dog. She's just a little puppy. Yes, yes, she's a love dog. We love on her too much to be a livestock guardian dog. Anyways, all right, get down. I know. Hug, hug. All right, so for every full review that I do, I want to give, if the blade has any unusual or extra strengths, we can add up to 1 star to the average star rating, okay? So this blade does have a unique strength, and it is a phenomenal one, and that is this sheath, and you will have saw me talk about that in my initial review. And essentially, this is not your typical Kydex sheath. It's not even Kydex, but no rattle while wearing it or anything, no real rattle. But this is not a press fit sheath. you have to push this button to release the sheath. And it's on either side. You can put this knife into the sheath either way. And essentially, as an airborne infantryman doing airborne jumps and air assault stuff in Afghanistan and stuff, this is exactly the kind of sheath system that I would have wanted for every blade. This is an absolutely phenomenal sheath. So this blade will be awarded the extra 1 point in the star system. So along with that, if any blade has any weakness, I will subtract a star. And I do not think any special weakness. I do not think that this blade has any special weakness that deems it to be docked any points on top of any of the rest of the review. So, hey, stop that. You stop it. So what we're doing is we're giving an average star rating, essentially. So I'll go over that later in the video. Which really just brings us to the final thing that we're going to rate, which is just overall impressions. Okay, so we'll start off with the blade. The blade has a wonderful thin edge. It's at least adequately tough. I've had no issues with it at all. On sharpenability of the blade, it's not the best. The 154 cm, in my experience, has not been the easiest steel to sharpen on this blade, and I use ceramic cross sticks. It's doable, but takes a little bit of extra time. Now, I'm not going to ding the knife for that because it's kind of a trade-off between the stainless capabilities, the toughness, and the edge retention and the resharpenability. So that's not necessarily a negative point. That is just a trade-off, and I believe that it's a fair trade-off because it's not really difficult to sharpen. Durability, I've had no issues. There is no damage on this edge whatsoever, and there never has been. No chips, dings, rolls. Now this is a mid-size knife. I'm going to put the blade length in the box right below here so I don't say something stupid and mess it up. But this is not something that I'm going out and chopping with, and it's not something that I am batoning through logs with. So when I say that the durability is good, keep in mind that this blade is not being used like a larger blade might be, which kind of goes along with the size of the knife. That's what you're going to expect. Handle ergonomics are phenomenal. They're weird. It'll take a little bit to get used to. They're thin. They look a little bit square. They're long, but man, they're good. Maybe with the way everything's rounded off, everything on this knife is incredibly comfortable. So just bang on. And the sheath, phenomenal. I already went over that. I can't stress enough how great this sheath is. And fit and finish, guys. Holy crap. This knife, honestly, has the fit and finish of a custom blade when it comes to the finishing on the edge. I mean, Hogue does a custom grade job on this finish. It was designed by Elischwitz, and he's designer of some fame, I guess you would say. And I'm not super familiar with the guy on a personal level, but he did an excellent job on this knife overall. It's bang on. So, on overall opinions, 5 out of 5 stars for this blade. Which there are 2 sections that are being graded here. Intended purpose was 4 out of 5 stars. Overall opinion is 5 out of 5 stars. And remember, it does have the +1 star for how awesome the sheath and whole set is. which just gives us an average of 5 out of 5 stars, guys. I mean, this knife is so dang close to perfect, and if you carry a striker with your ferro rod, it is perfect. I mean, and it's lightweight too. I mean, I haven't mentioned that. I'll put the weight below, but really, guys, this is a final review, so all of those simple specs are in the first impressions video, but it's just so easy to carry. Final thoughts, guys. I mean, I love this blade. I already mentioned, if I could go back to Afghanistan, I would have dumped the knife that I carried out there because it was a stupid piece of junk, and I undoubtedly would have carried this. See Dixie up there being goofy. What I'm gonna do, as you guys hopefully know, I am an Optics Planet affiliate. I will put a link to buy this blade from Optics Planet in the description box below, and when they have them in stock and with my discount code, it's about the best deal that you're gonna get on these things. But I didn't get this blade because I was hoping to make money or anything else. I got this blade because I really like it. I really like Hogue, and I think that it's a travesty that Hogue has not caught on the market more, and I would like to personally fix that for the pure reason that their stuff is just great, guys. They really do a good job. So here's what's going to happen. As much as I would like... Quiet, Dixie. Come here. Come here. She's scaredy because we got this little steep cliff here that she has to climb down, and she's just terrified. Let me pan over so you can see what I'm talking about. A little goofy girl. Let's see here. You can do it, girl. Yeah, you can do it. All the other dogs can do it. Oh, she's a scaredy. Quiet now. Okay, so I want this to go right back onto my kit, but I feel like that would be a disservice to you guys. I don't feel like enough people really push 154 cm. I've been using it for 6 months for normal knife tasks. As you know, I'm not easy with my blades. It's been phenomenal for what I've used it for. But with that being said, let's take it to the next level. The next video that I'm going to do on this is going to be a destruction test. And I think that destruction tests are viable in the light that if you're going to use this blade in a military environment, then you might end up batoning through an aircraft hull or using it to fight to save your life. Who knows what you might end up using it for. Not a lot of people, I feel like, push 154 cm to the limits. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to break this blade. We are going to look at the grain structure. And hopefully Hogue will really appreciate what I'm doing. Because I like their stuff. And I don't really want to give this thing up because it's such a good knife. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. I know that I did this video a lot different than videos in the past. So if you watched the whole thing, please let me know what you think. And I've got some really exciting stuff as the weather cools down. Hopefully, you know, the mosquitoes aren't nearly as bad now as they were a little bit ago. I mean, you've probably seen me kill about 20 in this video, but normally I could get like 5 in one whack. So it's getting better, and I'm really excited for the first freeze, and I plan to be out here a whole lot, and I want to share that experience with you guys, and I'll certainly be sharing my experience with a lot of knives with you guys a lot, because I am backed up on reviews. Anyways, have a blessed day, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Once again, I look forward to talking to you in the comments section, so I'll talk to you soon.